Hello dear students, in the previous video we studied about the arenas of the Cold War, and the next point is challenge to bipolarity. So dear students, when the Cold War was going on between the USA and the USSR, during that period non-aligned movement was framed by the top leaders of the world, including Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So, the challenge to bipolarity is the point that you have to go through yourselves, and now we are going to discuss the new international economic order. Dear students, in the group of non-alignment countries, there was some problem as some of the non-aligned countries were very poor. They were considered least developed countries. So they could not make their progress in economic reason or in trade. So that's why it was needed by those least developed countries that they should make their progress in the fastly changing world. So, after some time, it was felt by the United Nations, and there was one more organization framed by these non-aligned countries, that was New International Economic Order (NEO), and it was realized by the world that these countries which are least developed should be given equal opportunities, and that's why United Nations Conference on Trade and Development UNCTAD in 1972 produced a report with the title Towards a New Trade Policy for Development. In that report, UN proposed some very important opportunities for these least developed countries. The first was that these least developed countries of the world, which were newly freed or which got their country status at the recent time, must be given control over their natural resources. And the second point was that these newly liberated countries, which were already least developed, should be provided markets in Western countries so that they could sell their products in those markets. And third was the developed countries should provide latest technologies to these least developed countries at a low cost. Next one, fourth was these least developed countries, LDCs, must be given some greater opportunities, greater chances to play their roles in the world politics. So it was felt by the nations that these opportunities were very important for those countries, and at the first meeting of NAM, it was not felt. It means economic progress was not an issue. But after 10 years, when it was the time of 1970s, it became a very important and necessary issue to be discussed. It means at 1970s, the matter of economic progress was in the first priority. But slowly and slowly, NEO, that's full form is new international economic order, NEO, slowly and slowly lost its effects, lost its influence, and the situation for those countries remained the same. And now what has happened, as India was one of the founder member of NAM, and all the countries who were the member of NAM were not only mediators, they played some other important roles also, so as India. So now we are going to discuss India and the Cold War. During Cold War, India played the role of mediators, and India also played some other important roles, as when the war was going on between Koreas in 1950, then India emerged as a mediator and pacified that infuriated battle, and all those countries who were the member of non-alignment movement played their various roles at their various chances. So it is important to remember that India choose involve either member non-alignment. Okay. So it is important that India never joined any of the superpowers. India neither joined the US nor USSR. But India always criticized the countries who were newly freed from the colonial rule, and after being free from colonial rules, they joined either of the superpowers. So, with this formation of non-aligned movement, there were some progressive steps and some objects which India wanted to achieve, and what were those interests? So here are two which are mentioned. First one, non-alignment movement allowed India to put forth his interests before the world, to take instances, to take its own decisions in the world politics. So it was very important point and very important role played by India. And the second one was India India kept balance between the superpowers. Sometimes India got pressure from one superpower, then India shifted its interest towards other superpower. In this way, India maintained the neutrality. India maintained the balance between these superpowers. So these were two main objectives which were achieved by India. But these steps by India were also criticized by some other nations. On the basis of the criticized, the basis are: first one, some countries blamed India that India could not take any firm decision on some vital and important issues in the world politics. First one. And second one was that India itself signed a friendship treaty with Russia in 1971 for 20 years. So other countries believed that India signed a pact with Russia and joined the USSR alliances. So these are two bases on which India is criticized. And India needed diplomatic and possibly military support during the Bangladesh crisis, and that in any case the treaty did not stop India from having good relations with other countries including the US. So there was a chance when in 1971 there were some violence and movements in Bangladesh. So in that time India needed some support, and that treaty which was made between India and the USSR did not prevent India from joining any other country, from signing any agreement with any of the other country from the world. So these were some impacts steps taken by India as the member of non-aligned movement, and non-alignment as a strategy involved in the Cold War, as we see we will see in the chapter 2. So dear students, we studied that non-aligned movement gathered its mass during the Cold World War, and in next chapter we will study how the Cold War was ended and what were the effect of the the end of Cold World War, and how the Russian USSR was disintegrated into several parts. So all these things we will study in the next chapter. So dear students, till then keep learning and take care of yourself and watch this video from the very beginning till end. Thank you.